a nice guy and I might let him slide. Slide around by midnight, hands around my waistline. He's a nice guy, but I'm gonna let him know I don't waver.
Yo, what's up, family? Back again with another one. Still exploring Arizona. This time we're going to cover the outdoor activities, not the nightlife or social aspect. But first and foremost, remember, health is wealth. So what better way to start off the video than a musical montage? Let's go. One thing that I have to commend the city of Scottsdale for is the accessibility of bike and walking lanes, whether it be in the streets or the parks. And one of the most recognized bike routes is the Indian Bend Wash Path because it literally stretches all across the city. Another aspect that is unique not only to Scottsdale but Phoenix in a whole is that you are able to fish in the man-made lakes around the area. That as well as the flora in the residence yard. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, allow me to introduce my favorite place in Phoenix, the stunning Papago Park. Now, the park is shaped by its many buttes and mountain ranges surrounding the perimeter, and it's so beautiful you almost forget you're in the desert. But you're quickly reminded by not only the endless field of cacti, but the glaring Arizona sun. Now, the most visited area in the park is undoubtedly Hole in the Rock, which is only a sandstone butte that offers sanctuary from the unforgiving Phoenix sun. More on that later though. Now, some of the popular things to do at Hole in the Rock is to watch the sunrise or sunset. And even though both offer a beautiful backdrop, the sunset might be a better option so that you can see the desert alongside the Phoenix skyline. Although Hole in the Rock is a prominent butte in the park, there are numerous buttes to gaze upon while you explore the desert scenery. Camelback Mountain can also be seen from the park, but we'll touch upon that a little bit later in the video because it's going to have its own section. Now, the best time of the year to visit the park and probably Phoenix in whole would be from, I would say, late February to mid-May. Because let me tell you something about that desert heat, man. I don't care where you come from. Trust me, it's different. And as you can see out here, it's not too much shade unless it's man-made. Yeah, I know that rhymed a little bit. But anyway, be safe, man, because it will cook you. That sun will cook you. Alright, moving along but staying within the park, an interesting feature I noticed about the park is the white pyramid that sits at a prominent pinnacle on one of the buttes. It's called Hunt's Pyramid, and this is where George W.P. Hunt is buried. Now, he's important because he served as Arizona's first governor, serving 7 terms. His reasoning for being buried in the pyramid style was inspired by his travels to Egypt and being in awe of the ancient Nubian customs. He was so enamored by Egypt that not only was he buried there, but also his wife and 5 other family members. And no, I did not read that off Google. Alright, maybe I read a little bit.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Are you good?
Wow.
Now that we've covered the buttes of the park, let's take a little bike ride down to the desert oasis. Now, this is a really cool area that you can just relax and take in the views. Anyone that knows me know that I love palm trees, man. I've said this on countless occasions that whenever I'm around palm trees, I just feel like I'm home. Now, I have no idea why I love them so much. It must be the tropical bloodline and memory bank. Anyway, enough of this talking. I'll let y'all enjoy the ride. As I mentioned before, the desert oasis is somewhere to just vibe out and reflect. No pun intended. Fishing is allowed here, and I think the limit is like 1 or 2 fish per person. Now, don't quote me on that though, because I'm not really sure, but there are signs that will let you know what is permitted, which I think is really cool for the city to have in place for the people in the community. Sticking with the fauna, there are so many different type of birds and ducks that frequent the lake and the park, and to be honest, I've never seen some of these birds or ducks anywhere else in my travels, so shout out to Papago Park again for the diversity. And speaking of the birds of the park, another popular pastime in the desert oasis is feeding them, as you can see here.
The way that nigga said, Miguel! I said, oh yeah, we dealing with some...
Another interesting attribute of Papago are the ramadas, which are stone structures that are multifaceted, but they're mostly used to escape the heat. Although I've also saw people use them for barbecues and throwing little get-togethers in them. So once again, shout out to Papago for the W. The next to last place we're going to visit around the Papago area is Evelyn Hallman Park, which I had to throw in because, you guessed it, the endless view of palm trees. After which we'll explore what I like to call the X Games section of Papago. Let's get it.
So this a place at Papago Park if you like to do your little, motocross or shit, X Games or whatever the case may be. Got the plane flying. But yeah, man, if you into the motocrossing and all that, you know what I'm saying, do your little tricks and stuff out here. So it's a multifaceted park, I will say that. Me personally, I ain't doing all that. But if you are into that, it's definitely an option for you. As you see, we surrounded by the buttes and desert, because this is the desert. Remember that. So stay hydrated.
Alright family, it pains me to say we are leaving the park, but we are headed to the most recognized mountain in Phoenix. This is Camelback Mountain. It got its name because it literally looks like a camel that is lying down on its stomach, which I find so amazing. Nature just inherently sculpts the geography into familiar things that let us humans' imagination run wild. Anyway, man, enough of that. Let's get back on the bike and let me show you the ride over to Camelback Mountain. Before I forget, it's important that you hydrate a day before going to Camelback. When I was there from June to September, there were recorded 4 deaths hiking Camelback Trail. One guy I remember reading a boulder fell on his head, but most were due to dehydration or heat exhaustion. The temperatures in the summer can soar to 119 degrees and hover around that temperature for days on end.
111 degrees? Phoenix can't really be that hot, can it? Oh my God, it's like standing on the sun!
This city should not exist. It is a monument to man's arrogance.
As we approach the trailhead for Camelback Mountain, you can see that the parking is on the side of the road. This is on the Cholla trailhead side, but a hack for you is to bike to the trail because not only are there bike racks for you, but the distance to the summit is drastically cut for you by opting out of driving your car. There are 2 entrances, as I said. This is the Cholla Trail entrance, and the other side is the Echo Canyon trailhead. I simply made the decision to take the Cholla because of the proximity to where I was staying, which was literally a 15-minute bike ride.
All right, I'm out here on the Chola Head Trail at Camelback Mountain, featuring a desert rabbit. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me try to zoom in. He right there. I'm not gonna bother him. But at this trailhead, this is where you can park your bike. It's the bike racks over here. And then you have about, I don't know how many miles, but you got a good climb up top. So let's go ahead and park the bike now. And this is the spot where you put your bike. So they do have a bike rack here for you.
I must note that this hike is rated as extremely difficult, as you can read on the sign at the beginning of the trail. And they mean every word of it, trust me. The climb is exposed the whole way through, so there is no shade. And although the views of the $1 million homes nestled in the mountain are gorgeous, you better watch your step because of the slick rocks and the slick gravel you'll be traversing. So please, please, if you plan on taking on this challenge, be extra, extra careful, man. And hydrate. I can't say that enough. A good rule of thumb in Arizona is if you plan on being outside, drink water. If you think about being outside, drink water. And if you're in the house looking outside, drink water. Once you get to marker number 8, there will be an opening to where you can sit down and rest. This spot also allows you to take in the sights of manicured lawns, desert scenery, and mountain ranges as far as the eye can see. Now, once you hit the summit, well, let me be clear, this was the summit for me. Now, you could walk up a bit more and hit the true summit, but that wasn't in my cards for this day. I was satisfied with this view of Phoenix and Scottsdale. You can also see Tempe behind me, but I'm saving that view for another famous butte that is in Tempe. If you know, you know. Now, that's going to be later on in the video, so make sure you stick around to the end. With that being said, let's head over to Tempe Beach Park, which is a recreational area for the people of not only Tempe, but Phoenix also. The beach area is a product of Tempe Lake, which separates the two cities, so you get the best of both worlds. You know what, I started rambling off all this information and didn't even offer a formal greeting. So without further ado, welcome to Tempe. Some of the activities that are available to the public in Tempe Beach or Tempe Lake area are of course biking, walking or running the lanes, and riding the scooters, as it's an excellent place to take the little ones and let them run around until their hearts are content. But it's not limited to just the little ones, it's a serene place that gives a very tranquil vibe, as I've seen elder people who watch the sailboats pass by. Which brings me to my next point of the water activities. As I mentioned previously, you can get on a sailboat, you can also kayak, and I do believe they have water taxis out there for the people also. And I almost forgot to mention the volleyball course, so when it's not like 1,000,000 degrees out, you can enjoy the sand between your toes while getting active. Leaving Tempe Lake, we're going to head over to the famous Hayden Butte, which was previously aforementioned. This is a popular spot that is located as soon as you get into Tempe. So once you cross over the lake, you can see it. Just like any other high place in Arizona, it offers crazy views during sunset, as you're going to see. So ride along with me to behold the spectacle. as we start the incline to the summit, it's only right I give y'all some game. As you come to know, I'm going to put the signs up so y'all can read the rules and regulations of the area. That way you're prepared before you even show up. Now this hike is way more forgiving than Camelback Mountain, and the walk isn't as long, but what it lacks in danger, it most definitely makes up for in steepness. I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. This is a very steep hike, but it's so rewarding that you're gonna look over all that. While I was ascending the Butte, I saw this brother deep in his studies, reading his material, which is on point, seeing that Arizona State is right down the street from Hayden Butte. Now, who said black people don't read? Nah, I'm just playing though. But that just goes to show the Butte offers more than just scenic views. For some, it's a getaway from the hustle and bustle of the city. Once you get to these steps, the end is near, so just keep on pressing forward. One thing you'll notice about being in Phoenix metropolitan area, which Tempe is a part of, is the air traffic. Man, every few minutes you will have an aircraft flying overhead, which I don't mind it at all because it just, to me, it adds another element to the city. And even though I'm used to seeing aircrafts everywhere, it's something about Phoenix that makes them more noticeable. I don't know, man. For some reason, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Especially when the sun is setting and it looks like the plane is disappearing in the cotton candy painted desert. Excuse my heavy breathing, but I'm telling y'all, this hike is steep, man. So make sure you bring your comfortable shoes. And as you can see how we went from the stairs to jagged mountainous walking path, this indicates we pretty much made it to the top. Now, once at the top, I saw two women doing yoga and stretching, the YNs doing it for the ground. If you don't know what YNs are, you probably don't need to know. Anyway, I saw couples up there doing the romantic movie thing, you know, holding hands and just looking off into the horizon, waiting until the sun dips down, you know, all that good jazz. Even saw another guy who was like me, just taking it all in. Hey, pause that just to be safe. Pause that. But this again shows the diversity of the Butte and what it offers to its visitors. Luckily, it wasn't too crowded at all on the way up, but on the way down, there was definitely an influx of hikers trying to catch the sunset. So just be wary. As I stated to y'all before, Arizona State is right around the corner from Hayden Butte. So I took it upon myself to just ride the bike around and give y'all some views of the campus. So go ahead and buckle up and get ready to take in some good scenery. Alright gang, we're going to get out of the Phoenix area and head north near the Arizona-Utah border. This is a place called Antelope Canyon. Now there are two sections of the canyon, upper and lower. I also heard they have another part called Canyon X, but for today we will be exploring the lower section. Now the lower canyon is more physically demanding due to the stairs and uneven footing in some areas. A key feature of the lower canyon is its V shape compared to that of the upper canyon's A shape. Lower Canyon is also known as spiral rock arches. This is made of sandstone carved by water and wind. Lighting is best in the morning, and even though it is beautiful, you must be aware of the dangers of flash floods. This was my Navajo guide. He was cool and even offered to play us some tunes to demonstrate the acoustics of the canyon. I must inform you that recording in the canyon is prohibited due to the Navajo finding the place sacred. Now listen, I respect their wishes and their tribe, but I came from 3 states away and drove another 4 hours to get here, so.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Hey, respectfully though. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all see this massive artwork created by nature herself. I'll check back in towards the end. Before leaving the canyon, the guide showed us an interesting formation naturally carved out of the sandstone that looks like a seahorse. Now I might be showing my age by making this comparison, but doesn't that look like Kingdra or Seadra from Pokemon? Come on now, you can't tell me it don't. Alright, come on now. Bro, I just love nature and being in places like this, and trust me, my reputation precedes me. I have a phone full of photos and videos hiking different mountains and exploring many different terrains. So when I say Arizona is an absolute gem, you can believe that. Now I've given you 3 different videos from Arizona with 3 different vibes. So for all the people who told me Arizona wasn't worth it and there's nothing in Arizona,
You are wrong.